Hi, hey, welcome back out to the channel. To all the subscribers out there, thank you so much for subscribing and thank you for your comments. I love the engagement. And guess what? If you're new here, think about subscribing to the channel. Guess what? It costs you like nothing and it helps the channel. So today what we're going to do is we are going to do another gadget review. And the gadget I'm going to look at today is going to be the Infinity massage chair. Oh, okay, good for us. Yay. And so let me tell you, I haven't been using this massage chair for a few months and it was turning into one of those gadgets that, you purchase and it somehow ends up in the corner collecting dust and spiders. And here's the thing, I was pretty sore the other day and I decided, let's go try that Infinity Celebrity Massage Chair. You know what? That is like the best health investment that I've made. And I'm back to using that chair again. So let me tell you why this is a great investment, why you might be interested in picking up one of these Infinity Celebrity Massage chairs. So I'm going to go over 4 things on this chair. And first I'm going to tell you about why I like it. And then I'm going to tell you, how can you adjust this chair, what massage functions this one has, and then I'm going to go over some of the things that it just doesn't have. Okay, you ready to get going? Let's go. Okay, so let's look at, why I like this chair. Here's the thing. This chair, it works. And I've had it for 3 years and it's worked as advertised from day one. And you might have seen one of my other reviews of a really high-end gadget. Well, for me, it was a really high-end gadget that didn't work. And so I know that there's a percentage of people that this might not work for, but this worked for me from day one. And, I went out and searched for reviews that said these didn't work and I didn't find them. So this one worked. And the first year I used it like 4 times a week. And the second year, guess what year that was? That was the crazy pandemic year. That was the start of the pandemic. And I know that, everything was supposed to be focused on, you managing your immune system and keeping your health up. But for me, it just felt super crazy. And my health, it accidentally started to slip and take a back seat in the bus. Yeah, way back there. Way back at the end of the bus. That's where my health went. So, and I think the big thing on that, the big reason why I ended up slipping my health to the back of the bus, way back there, is because, I'm a holistic healer. And I think, I might not know this for sure, but, I think that sometimes we have a tendency to ignore ourselves and put everybody else in front of us. And you probably don't even have to be a healer to do that. And I bet most mothers are really aware of doing that pretty much all the time. And so, that's what ended up happening for me is I just put my health on the back burner. So I really stopped using this chair. And then 2021 came around. And about mid-year, my mindset began changing. And, suddenly, I wasn't thinking, ooh, I just have to make it through this. And I started thinking, ugh, it looks like this is going to be here forever. And I need to start thinking about living differently and incorporating this little piece of crap into my life. And I don't know how many of you guys started thinking like this. And if you didn't, good on you. And here's the other thing. It looks like things are getting better finally. but I'm not going to hold my breath because I'd probably suffocate and die. So anyways, what I found is like midway through the year, my thinking started changing. And I was thinking that I was going to have to start figuring out how to live in this new world. And that kicked me back into gear, into taking care of myself. And guess what? My chair just happened to stumble into my path because I was so sore. And so I was able to sit back in that chair and, oh my gosh, that just reminded me about why I just love this chair so much. So let me tell you first what made me look at buying a massage chair. And a lot of us have had some pretty active lifestyles, right? So I've caused a lot of damage to my body. Here's the thing, you might not realize this, but when you get older, those injuries, they take on a life of their own. That's what was happening for me. So pain is what got me looking at these chairs. And, you know, I was looking at these chairs and it started with comfort and functionality of the chair. 5 years before I bought this chair, so 5 years before I bought this chair, I spent all my time, every year I'd go to the fair and these chairs would be there. And so for 5 years before I bought this chair, I would go to the fair and I would find these chairs and I would sit in these chairs and I would just ooh and ah and just be so impressed with these chairs and how they felt. Ah, yeah. Wow. I just thought they were so comfortable. They worked great. And, you know, they at the fairgrounds, the dealer had about 3 other Infinity chairs there. They were lower end Infinity chairs. And I tried all of those and I didn't like them. I really liked this one the best. And here's the thing, Infinity has 17 different models. If you look at all their models, this one, this Celebrity is right in the middle. So there's like 7 that are higher, 7 that are lower, and or 8 that are higher, 8 that are lower. And this guy is like right in the middle. And the other thing is and that's just based on pricing. So the 3 other chairs that they had there were lower end chairs, but the lower end chairs are only like $1,000 to $2,000 cheaper, where the highest end model they have is like twice the price that I paid. And, you know, that's totally outside my wheelhouse. That is way beyond my checkbook. I'd really like to try it. So, you know, Infinity, if you're out there and you're listening and watching, I am here for you. Okay? 100%. So anyways, I've never tried any higher end chair, so I can't really compare them. But when I compared this chair to all the lower end chairs, hi, Georgie, how are you doing? It's so nice of you to come visit and say hi to everybody. Georgie likes to help with everything that you're doing, everything. So, and make sure that you're doing it correctly too. That's really important to her. She always has to come around and just check out, make sure everything's okay and that you're doing everything correctly. Okay. So Infinity, they have 17 chairs. This is smack dab in the middle. I like this better than any of the other lower end chairs. I haven't tried a higher end chair. I would love to try a higher end chair. That would be so neat. But for me, you know, because of the cost of these chairs, I had to be able to try the chair before purchasing. And this experience was such a good experience for me that I think that's why I had pulled the trigger on another high-end piece of equipment without trying it, because like the Infinity company, this Infinity company is really known for manufacturing really well-made chairs that last forever. that was the same thing that that high-end exercise equipment was supposed to do. So, oh, I've got to stop on that. That was like so bad. But this chair, it was super comfortable. It was really well made. The company had a good reputation, and I even checked out the warranty. And when you're spending all that money, you're really worried if it's going to work. And with this price point, that was like a really big deal for me, because this price point for me was really expensive. You know, their highest end model, I would love to try that model. But the deal is, you know, I'm buying a massage chair. I'm not buying a car. So this was the model that when I looked at it, it had a lot of functionality, a lot of features, and it also had different level warranties. And that was really important to me because, again, this was the first time that I had bought this high-end uh, health equipment, and I wasn't really sure. I would be devastated if it broke. Okay, so let's look at the warranties. So one of the ways that Infinity was able to address my fear that this thing might break is through their warranties, and they had 4 options. Now, the option that came with the chair is the first column, which is the Infinity Care. The second column, I think that's for Canada. I've never seen that one in the US. And then they have this Infinity Care Plus, the third column, and Infinity Care Max. So Infinity Care, Infinity Care Plus, Infinity Care Max, those are the 3 that are offered in the United States. And you'll see that they all say that they're 5-year US residential limited warranty. So what's the difference? All of them give a 5-year warranty on the frame, and all of them give unlimited US based customer and technical support. So you can call in and they can help you troubleshoot the system. Now, what's different between these plans is the cost of parts and the cost of labor. So in the Infinity Care, they identify which parts are covered, and they will cover the cost of that, of replacement of those parts, for 3 years. And labor, they'll cover the cost of that for 1 year. Okay, that's Infinity Care. So let's jump over to Infinity Care Plus. And what's different here, again, it's going to be in the parts and labor. On the Care Plus, they say any part. For 3 years, we're covering it, any part. And labor, 3 years, we're covering it. Infinity Care Max. Again, the big difference is only going to be in the parts and the labor. And for the Infinity Care Max, it's complete cost, a complete care on any part for 5 years. And for labor, again, complete care for 5 years. So between the Infinity Care Plus and the Infinity Care Max is the amount of time that the parts and labor are covered. So Plus is 3 years, Infinity Care Max is 5 years. Your original warranty that comes with this has a limit on which parts are covered for 3 years, and it only covers labor for 1 year. So for me, I went with the Infinity Care Max because this was really expensive for me. It wasn't like I was buying a $700 washing machine where, you know, the cost of the warranty and the cost to repair the equipment is going to be the same price as buying a new washing machine. To me, this was a much bigger investment. So there's the warranties, and that's something to think about when you're buying these. Now, the other thing I was thinking about is this equipment going to work? And where I felt pretty confident about this was I wasn't an early adopter. There's always a risk with being an early adopter, right? I experienced that risk, and I had been checking out these chairs for 5 years. I had always heard good things about them. Every year, I was always hearing good things about them. And I was also thinking, you know, I've known these chairs for 5 years. It seems like that's enough time for them to fix any bugs they might have. So let's look at this. I liked this chair for a number of reasons. And, first, it works. So I haven't had to do any warranty service yet. And that's probably the most important part of this is, yeah, does this thing work? And it works, okay? Second, it does what it says it's going to do. It really helps with the pain, really helps reduce the pain. And third, this chair is comfortable and it really has a lot of functionality for the price. In its price point, I thought it probably had the most functionality that I'd seen. And I was able to try this chair. And I tried this chair once a year for 5 years. So yeah, that was, a pretty good marketing or advertisement for me. And then I wasn't an early adopter, so this was already proven technology. And lastly was the warranties. So there's a warranty plan for everyone from the basic one to the 5-year Infinity Care Max. So those were the 6 reasons. 6 reasons why I like this chair. So let's start looking at some of the features and the functions. And the first thing I think we should look at is how this chair adjusts for different size people, because that's going to be the most critical part of one of these chairs is, does it adjust for you? I mean, who cares if it does everything you want and it doesn't fit your body, right? Bad. Okay, so let's look at that. Okay, so one of the first things that I ask myself is, does this chair fit me? And I'm small, my husband is bigger than me, and this chair has to fit both of us, because otherwise what's the point? You're not going to buy this for just one person. And the other thing is when you're looking for a massage chair to fit you, it's not just about its position. Does it recline? Does it sit up? It's about more than that. It's, how does it fit on the sides? Is there heat? How about the massagers? Do they fit my spine? Do they fit my husband's spine? So there's a lot more things to a great fitting massage chair than just sitting in it and saying, oh, okay, that's comfortable. How do you adjust it for the different people? So let's look at how this chair adjusts to you. And so let me first just go over 9 things that this chair has to help adjust for you. And that is, it has these things called bladders. It has automatic sensing rollers and a footrest too that has automatic sensing and bladders. There's 0 gravity functions. You can manually adjust and recline the foot massager. The foot massager automatically adjusts each time the chair changes position. You can change the height of the track. So what I'm talking about there is the massagers that go up and down. You can change the height of that. And you're gonna figure out that there's 2 types of tracks for massage chairs. There's an L track and an S track, and the L track will go down to the glutes and the hamstrings. The S track stops at the low back. So this chair, it has an L track. You also have an option for heat. You can change the width of the massage rollers. You can change the pressure of the rollers. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. There's one more. 10 different functions. The speed of these, the speed of the massage, you can change that. Okay, so let's see here. Let's look at this in a more detail. Okay, so here's the bladders and the armrests. And you can see it's really easy to slip in between them. The bladders, they air up. And then you can also see they have bladders for where your hips are. Now there's 32 bladders on this chair. Oh, look at that. They have bladders for your feet, and they also have them for your calves. And the feet, they have rollers on the feet thing too, which feet are my favorite. So that was one of the reasons why this chair was such a favorite to me. Not all chairs have great foot massagers. Now you'll have bladders in the shoulders, and that's pretty much covers all the bladders. Now here's the track. This track, you can adjust its height for shorter to taller people, and you can adjust it when it's in the body sensing function. So when you start out your program, you can do that. It has a zero gravity button. That zero gravity button has 2 settings, and each time that chair moves, the feet automatically resense the perfect position for your feet. So this was position 1 on zero gravity. And then you have position 2, which to me felt more like a real zero gravity position. And you can see there it is, that automatic sensing again. Isn't that cool? Now, you don't have to do it automatically. You can recline or incline this chair manually. You can recline or incline both the footrests and the back manually. That does the bladders. That's your 3D button. So that changes the pressure. Now that changes the width, and that changes the speed. You've got, I think it's 4 different types of massage modes that you can go through. So, okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got through that, because my voice is kind of hoarse after doing that. But it has a lot of adjustment features. And that's what made this chair, why I liked it even more, is out of all the chairs that I've tried, this had so many adjustments that both my husband and I found it really easy to position this for either one of us to use. And so, so again, if Infinity, you're listening, you're watching, I am here for you, because I bet I can't even imagine what your higher end chairs feel like. Okay. So let's look at what comes in next. And that is going to be the massage chair functionality. So let's look at what that does. And the first thing is, what kind of track is in this massage chair? There's 2 different types of tracks in massage chairs, an S track and an L track. The S track stops at the low back. The L track goes down to the glutes and the hamstring. This chair has the higher end L track, and you can adjust the height of the L track when you're in the chair in body sensing mode. Now, the model also has a foot massager with the adjustable rollers. And then the chair has 3D controls, but this is also a 4D massage chair. And the difference between 3D and 4D is 4D adjusts the speed of the rollers. And you can see on the controller, there's a separate button to adjust the speed. So this is a 4D chair. Now, the next thing is it has a zero gravity position. It has 2 of them. It has heat. It scans your body and adjusts the rollers to you. This has 6 pre-programmed massages. And if you don't like any of those programs, you can have full manual control. There's 4 different types of massaging. So there's shiatsu, kneading, tapping, and knocking. So those are the 4 types of massages. And you can also set how much time you want. So you have to have a time, and it goes from 10 minutes to 30 minutes. So you never have to worry about this thing just continuing to work. It will stop at most after 30 minutes. And here's the thing. I can really fall asleep in this chair, which is kind of amazing, but that's how comfortable it is. Now let me think. There's one other thing. Oh, in the automatic massage, and the automatic massaging parts, it has this rocking feature. So it'll rock you back and forth, which is pretty cool. It's really, really smooth. So the rocking kind of glides. You don't hit one end and then hit the other end and then hit the other end. It just kind of glides you back and forth, like a hammock. And then let's see, it does have those Bluetooth speakers you saw right up there by your ears. And my husband, he likes the Bluetooth speakers. So, and they work flawlessly. So you can play whatever you want from your phone. And the actual speaker, it's not going to be your high-end speaker, but it does work. And oh, there's one other feature of this chair, which is super important. So for its feet, it has these rollers. Now, this chair is like 300 pounds, and I can easily roll it around. So those rollers are really important. Okay, so let's do a really quick review of what's in this chair. Okay, L-Track, 4D, foot massagers, zero gravity, body scanning and adjustments, 6 pre-programmed massages, 4 different types of massaging. You have different time settings. There's this rocking thing that it does. It's really cool. It has Bluetooth speakers and it has foot rollers, so you can easily move the chair. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, it just really has a lot of features and a lot of functionality. Okay, I think it's time for us to look at the last part of this. And these are the things that it doesn't have. What I found is that you can go into the higher end chairs and you can usually find some or even all of these features. And that's a price point question for you. Where's your checkbook? If that's where your checkbook is, then you know what? You might want to try those. But this was where my checkbook was. It was how do I get the best value and the best functionality to fit me and what I was doing? Okay, so let's talk about what it doesn't have. And since we're going to talk about what it doesn't have, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to bring the rain back in because, this is sad, right? This is a sad part. And so let's talk about what it doesn't have. The neck massager, even though I can adjust that L-Track, it wasn't the best neck massager. And the hands and feet, they talk about how they do the hands and feet is with the bladders. I'm sorry, not hands and feet. It does a great job on the feet. Awesome job on the feet. But the hands and the hands and the fingers. It didn't really do the hands and fingers for me, but they say that in their advertising, they say that bladders do the hands and fingers. And it is true. I can feel the bladders. And so for some of you, that might be enough. And here's the other thing, like, let's say you figure out what kind of program you want to go through, and it's different than the 6. You can't program your own massage. You can set it to do one thing, and then you have to switch it and do the next thing. And so, you know what? I haven't gotten really detailed on what kind of massage I like. I usually just use the pre-programmed ones. The one thing that I would like to do is I would have liked to add like the feet so that the feet were going constantly. But I can't do that because it doesn't allow you really to program that in. I can do the feet by themselves for a long time, but if I wanted to program this whole thing, had the feet constant and change the other stuff, I can't really do that. So it does have the higher end track. It also does a free 4D, which is a higher end thing. Oh, the heater. I don't think the heater's really warm. For me, I like it a little bit warmer. And the bladder on the shoulders didn't really fit my shoulders well. And I actually have pretty big shoulders, so they actually do in the advertising on the higher end infinity chairs, they say that those higher end infinity chairs have better shoulder adjustments. So those were the things when since I've been using it that I kind of noticed that it doesn't have. And you can pretty much find all this stuff in a higher end chair model. But, once again, I was buying a massage chair and not a car. So for me, this was a big investment. It was super worth it to me. It's a really comfortable chair. I don't think you are going to be at all disappointed if you got yourself one. And the one thing that's so important about this is, it works. So if you're looking for a massage chair, good luck on your search. And until next time, I will catch you on the other side.